Yeah, my name is William Gallagher. I am with Market Traders Institute. I am here today to discuss with you the London Breakout Strategy. This is understanding the European session and learning to utilize trade setups in the European session. Now, I have about an hour's worth of material to go over in about 45 minutes here, so unfortunately I'm going to have to be brief, but let me quickly get through my intro here. Now, I want to let everyone know that trading does have its own form of risk involved, and you should never invest money that you can't afford to lose. And you should always trade with proper equity management in mind. Now, there is no such thing as an undefeated season with trading, and you may incur losses from time to time. But the key is to keep your profits high and to have minimal losses as you're going along. And it is highly recommended that you go through the complete education in its entirety and that you begin trading as an educated and knowledgeable trader. Now, please be advised that anything that I'm going to show you here today, do not take this as investment advice. What I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through some trade examples, and I'm going to show you some strategies that some win and some trades lose. Now, quickly let me introduce you to the company that will show you the better way of trading. That is Market Traders Institute. We were founded in February 1994. Been around for about 20 years. We're located right here in beautiful Lake Mary, Florida, which is about 20 minutes north of Orlando here in Central Florida. We employ over 100 of the most talented staff in the industry, and that staff is here to help you as you're going along. And we operate under a single mission. That is to create successful traders through the empowerment of education. And since client satisfaction is of the highest importance to MTI, we've designed all of our client interactions around one single sentence. That is, we never leave a client behind. Now, and some of you might be brand new to the Forex market, so give me about 2-3 minutes here. Let me give you a quick Cliff Notes version of the Forex market and bring you up to speed. Now, the Forex market is the largest financial market with almost limitless amounts of liquidity. What this really means is that it is a market of limitless financial opportunity. Now, according to sumoforex.com, the Forex market has over $5 trillion of trading done within a 24-hour period. That means you virtually have access to unlimited amount of buyers and sellers. This means your orders or trades are placed within a fraction of a second. Now, the Forex market is a very convenient market. It is open 24 hours a day, 5.5 days a week, and there are 3 trading sessions daily. This is a perfect market for you to trade if you have a busy work schedule, because you can trade before work or even after work. Or if you're like me, if you wake up in the middle of the night, you can go ahead and place some trades then. Now, you can also build your skill in trading so that you can even replace your income, then become a full-time trader and pick whatever hours you choose to trade at. Now, the Forex market is also traded by some of the world's top investors, such as Warren Buffett and George Soros. And to give you an idea here, George Soros, the gentleman on the right, he made $60 million in just over 18 hours trading the Forex market. So Reed already gave me a quick introduction, so let me go ahead and let me give you a quick introduction to myself as well. I've been involved in trading in the investment market since 1998, mostly in the stock market. Recently, I've started with the Forex market since I've been here with MTI. I've worked for several financial companies and firms, so I do have knowledge of what goes on behind the scenes in the financial world. I also helped start and launch an entirely new financial company from the ground up. More importantly, though, I am a student of Market Traders Institute. I was once in a webinar, became interested in the Forex market, took action, and it's been about a year since I've started trading the Forex, and I've been pretty successful with it. Now, in the next 45 minutes, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to teach you everything about trading the Forex market, but if I can teach you a strategy today that you can start using tomorrow that would allow you and assist you to start making $2,000 to $5,000 per month, I think that would be worth it for you attending here today. So here's what I want you to do. I'm going to go ahead into the live market now, and I'm going to go and explain a little bit more about the Forex market. So let me go ahead here, and give me 1 second. I'll pull up my live charts here. Great. Now, in the Forex market, we trade what are called PIPs. PIP is an acronym. It stands for Price Interest Point. We also trade mini lots, standard lots, and several other different variations. Now, a standard lot is about a $2,000 investment. It is borrowed from your trading account. Your broker borrows this to allow you to place the trade and to generate the pips. Now, with a standard lot investment, as the standard by which most traders strive to achieve, each pip is worth $10. So my goal here today is I want to teach you a strategy that you can take advantage of and start utilizing tomorrow. Now, my strategy here is simply capturing 50 pips per day per currency pair with a standard position that is about $500 per month in profit. So let me go ahead here. Let me explain to you the European trading session. This is something you might want to start taking notes with. Now, the market is going to form its first initial high or low for the 24-hour period between 2 a.m. and 5 a.m. So let me draw this out for you and illustrate it for you. Between 2 o'clock a.m. to 5 o'clock a.m., the market is going to form its high or low for the morning, right there. Let me go ahead and let me type that out right there. And that is, in fact, let me edit that. That is Eastern time. I apologize. Let me go ahead and let me type that out here. That is Eastern Standard Time right there. So in between 2 and 5 o'clock, we're going to look for the market to form its high or low for the day. Then the market is going to either rally, pull back, and it's going to form its opposite low or high for the day, pretty much between 8 a.m. to 2 o'clock p.m. And once again, this is Eastern time. It'll form its opposing high or low for the day, right there. Now, this is what is referred to as the average daily trading range. So the average daily trading range is about 200 pips or so. We're looking just to capture about 50 pips of that. So what I'm going to do here today is I'm going to show you a strategy that gives you a 70% chance of forming that high or low for the day between 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock a.m. So if you could go ahead, please type a yes, type a Y in the chat box. Let me know that you have written this down, you do understand this before I go into the live market. And what I want to do is I want to show you how this works. Great, thank you, Chris, John, Gren, great, I appreciate that. Now, let me also explain to you that this strategy here, it can be utilized on 6 different currency pairs. I'll be demonstrating for you on the pound US dollar. That can be used on 5 other pound currency pairs here. In fact, Bill says that he's missing the 8 to 2 figure. Let me go ahead. I'm going to pull this back up for you there. Right there. So I'll pull this back up for you here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into the live market here. I'm going to go into the live market for the pound US dollar here. I'm going to go back over the last month. I'm going to repeat this over and over again to show you that this happens. And once again, about a 70% chance of this happening. So let me go ahead in here, and I'm going to click on this. And we're simply just going to come in here. We're going to come in here, and we're going to look for, let me move that up there for you. Let's come back in here, and we're looking for that high or low for the day. So right there, about 3 o'clock right there. And here's an example right here. Right out of the gate, here's an example where it doesn't necessarily form its high or low, but like I said, it's about a 70% chance. We're now looking for that next high or low between 2 and 5 o'clock. So we bring the market back to right there, 2 o'clock, right there. We're now looking for the next higher low. And what I'm going to do is I'm just simply go back here. I know some of you might get irritated with me about this. What I'm doing is I'm simply coming in here looking to see that for that higher low for the day. So right here is our higher low for the day right there. And hopefully what you're going to see a repeating pattern here. You're going to see how this market just continues to repeat right here. 2 o'clock, market forms its lower high. It pulls back. We're now looking for that next higher low for the day. And right there, in fact, let me pull this down for you here. Right there, there's our 3 o'clock. The market forms its higher low. It pulls back. So once again, just going to go through the month here. And I'm going to show you how this repeats over and over again. 3 o'clock, market then rallies up, just like that. Now, and some of you might be wondering, some of you might be saying, well, William, why does it do that? Once again, this is because there are 3 trading sessions for the day. Now, you have the European session, the U.S. session, and you have the Asian session here. Now, the Asian session, the European session, it overlaps for about an hour or so. Now, during that European session, which goes from about 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock a.m., and it's going on, this is what we're looking for here. And it said during that European market that the market processes the largest bulk of Forex transactions. So that's why we're looking between 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock for that high or low for the day. And right there, there's our one right there. Let me go ahead and pull this up here. And like I said, I'm just going to simply come in here, go back through the time period. Here's another example. Probably isn't quite the best. We'll just keep going through here. Keep going through, looking for that high or low for the day. And then right there, bam. Market forms is high or low. It pulls back. Now, I'm just going to quickly go through this. I apologize. I'm going to go through this pretty quickly because we're looking for, in fact, there's our, right there, 5 o'clock, forms its high or low for the day. Now, unfortunately, in 45 minutes, I don't have enough time to really go over a lot of this here, but what it is during this period here, the banks are processing the bulk of their orders. And this provides a huge injection of volume and directional movement. So let me go ahead here, and right there, there's our 4 o'clock right there. Let me just keep bringing it back here. What I'm going to do is simply bring this back over the last month or so, showing you how it forms its high or low for the day. And once again, what I'm showing you here, like I said, unfortunately, I don't have a lot of time to give you a big overview of this, but right there, there's our 2 o'clock. And I'm going to show you here at the end of the presentation how you can get involved in a detailed trading session. You'll learn actually from a live analyst exactly how to do this step-by-step of the way here. So we're just simply looking in here, looking for that next 2 o'clock right there. Bam. And we'll just keep going through here. Now, oh, actually, I'm sorry there. I apologize. Right here, we are now, I apologize, we have to edit this. Because once we cross over into October, because of daylight savings time, 2 o'clock now equals 3 o'clock. So I apologize for that. Now we're looking between the 3 o'clock and the 6 o'clock hours because of the daylight savings time change there. So we're now looking for, let's see here, there's our, pull this back here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, right there, bam. Okay, let's go ahead and we'll bring this up here. So now we're looking between the 3 o'clock and the 5 o'clock, and right there, bam. Just like that. Now, how many of you are seeing a repeating pattern? How many of you, is this pretty eye-opening? Yeah, pretty eye-opening. Yeah, so Sherry says, yeah, between 3 o'clock and 6 o'clock Eastern time. Yeah, so you'll have to adjust this per your schedule there. So let me go ahead, and we'll just simply come in here, looking for the high or the low for the day, and just simply going back through here. Once again, I apologize for having to rush through this here. There's our 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock right there, just like that. Let me go ahead and bring it back, and we're just going to go through. Just keep going back here. I'm going to repeat this over and over again. Looking for the high or low for the day, and right there, bam. There's another one right there. And showing you a repeating pattern as we're just going through here, looking for the 2 o'clock and the 4 o'clock right there. There's our 3 o'clock. Market then rallies up. Now looking for, and once again, it helps make this market very predictable. This is an eye-opening strategy. I was very surprised when I started learning this strategy myself. And once again, it's about a 70% chance. We're looking for that 70% chance of it forming the high or low for the day during that time period. Here's another one. Bam. Market pulls back and rallies up. Keep going through here. Keep going through here. Let me quickly see if I can get through here quickly. And right there, there's our 3, 4, let's see here. Let's put that right there. Once again, 70% chance. Now, when we go through this, you'll be able to join our trading club here, and we're going to be able to have a live analyst go over this with you. So right there, there's our 2 right there, bam. You just keep looking for the 2 o'clock, between 2 and 5 o'clock right there. In fact, once again, it's about a 70% chance. We'll just go through here, and I'll show you how this works. Looking for that high or low for the day, just simply going through. We're almost at the beginning of October. See if I can get you there. And right there, bam, there's our low for the day again. We just keep coming through here. Now, like I said, it's about a 70% chance, 70% chance of it forming the high or low for the day. And imagine, as we're going through here and doing this, that this is going to be over 6 different currency pairs. That's what's nice about this, following those pound currency pairs and the pound crosses. So we're just looking now for, let's see, right there. Not necessarily the high, but once again, it's the market then pulls back there. So almost at the beginning of October, showing you this repeating pattern. Right there, there's our 3. Market then rallies up. And the neat thing about this is that I'm just showing you a very basic strategy right now. We'll teach you how to predict these breakouts as well. So right there, there's our 2 o'clock. Market pulls back. And we're almost at the beginning of October. In fact, let me come in here. Let me adjust my chart here. Bring this up to the beginning of October, just like that. And let me see here. Let me see if I can adjust the chart. Apologize for that. There we go. Bam. Okay. Now we're bringing this up here. So yeah, so here we go. If everyone see here, we're now pretty much at the beginning. We're going back here, and we were right there. So let me go ahead. So we're right about there. And there's our 3 o'clock. There's our high or low for the day, right there. We're almost there, almost at the beginning of October, and right there. In fact, actually more or less right there. There's our 3 o'clock, right there. And we just keep bringing this forward. Bring it forward, and right there, 3 o'clock, forms its high, pulls back. And we're almost there. There's our 3 o'clock right there, lower high for the day, and we're almost at the beginning of October. Now, when I get to the beginning of October, I'm going to show you how the actual strategy works. So what I want to do is I just want to repeat this over and over again, showing you how repeatable this is. If we bring this to 3 o'clock right there, higher low for the day, and just like that. Now, like I said, once again, when you get through the complete trading club, we're going to have you go step by step. We'll show you exactly how to do this. There's our 3 o'clock right there. Once again, bam. So we're almost at the beginning of October. And 3 o'clock right there, bam. And we're going to bring this up right to there. So now we've gone over the last month and a half. How many of you are seeing a repeating strategy here? How many of you can see how there's about a 70% chance of it's forming its high or low for the day? Yeah, Gerald says yes. Yeah, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to show you how this strategy works here. So I'm going to come back in here. I'm going to show you how we can go ahead and we can trade this session here. So let me come in here, let me delete all these for you. Now, let me go ahead, let me bring this up right here. Let me delete all those. Okay, there we go. So let me go ahead, let me bring this up to right about, let's see, where's our, go ahead and pull this up here. So there we go. Right about there. So what we're going to be doing now, our strategy here, is we're now looking for the 3 o'clock candle. We're going to be utilizing the 3 o'clock candle here to go ahead and base it off of that. So here we go here. And once again, 2 o'clock equals 3 o'clock because of our session here, so because of the daylight savings time. So there we are right there. In fact, actually right there. Go ahead and let me bring this up here. And it's AM. I'm sorry, some of you have been asking about AM or PM. It is AM. So here we go. Now, let me make sure that I got this right. Yeah, so there we go. There's our, go ahead, let me make sure I choose the right candle there. So there we go. So our strategy now, we're now looking for, I'm sorry, actually I apologize, I have to back that up. So there we go. So we're now looking for the high or low for the day, and we're going off the 3 o'clock candle. So here's what we're going to do. We're now going to set, in fact, let me type this out for you here so everybody understands. I know some of you, I apologize, I'm going pretty fast here, but we're going off of the 3 a.m. candle. But once again, because we're looking at daylight savings time, we're going off of the 2 o'clock candle. So I apologize for that. Now, here's our 3 o'clock candle, which is actually 2 o'clock because of daylight savings time. We are now going to be looking at our breakout strategy. And here's where you might want to start taking some notes, and this is how it works. What we're going to do is we're going to set an entry buy 10 pips above that candle. So let's see, we're at 77. We're set this at 87 right there. Let me type this out for you. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to show you a couple examples, then I'm going to have you do this yourself. So plus 10 pips above, that is our entry buy. Now, 5 pips below, let me go ahead right about there. So 5 pips below, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we are going to set minus 5 pips below, we are going to set our entry sell. Right there. Where did that go? Let me go ahead, let me type that back out again. So plus 10 pips above is our entry buy. There we go. Now, these entry positions, these are only pending orders. Just pending orders here, because we are now waiting for this market to break out and cross over. In fact, out right there. As we just moved here, the market then just moved out here. It says right there, the market now crosses over that line here. So what this is now becoming, this is going to become a market sell. So the first thing we're going to do, this now becomes a market sell, and we are now in the market right there. We're in the market sell right there. So we're now in that position. The first order we need to do is we need to cancel this opposite order. So we go ahead, we cancel that opposite order right there. And what we're going to do is we're going to set our stop now. Let me go ahead, let me delete this here. We're set our stop 5 pips above that candle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is going to be our stop. And once again, I apologize for rushing through this. And we're going to set this stop plus 5 pips above our high right there. So maybe if you're taking notes right there, there we go. So here we go. We're now in the market, in our market sell right there when the market crosses over. And what we're going to do is we're going to set our limit 50 pips below. Our limit is going to be 50 pips. So 55, let's set our limit right there. In fact, let me go ahead and let me type that out. Limit equals 50 pips. Right there. So pretty simple strategy. Now, the reason for this is because these are bid markets here, and we have to compensate. That's why we're setting our stop 5 pips above the high right here. Phillips asking, is this an hourly chart here? This is the British pound US dollar 60-minute time frame chart. So yes, this is indeed a 60-minute chart here. So what we're going to do now is we're now in this market. We are now in a market sell position, and watch what happens here. 1, 2 candles later, bam. We just pulled back. We fulfilled our limit right there. So we just captured 50 pips off of that trade right there. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull out my box information tool. Show you right there, bam. We just captured about 50 pips off of that trade. So plus 50 pips. With a standard lot position, that would be plus $500 in profit off of that trade right there. So one trade, 1 hour later, bam, we're in. We just captured 50 pips off of that trade. So now we are now looking for, let me go ahead and clean all this up. Let me delete all this. We're now looking for the next 3 o'clock candle. So let me delete all this for you here. Now, like I said, I'm going to come in here. I'm going to show you a couple of different strategies. I'm going to let you go ahead. I'm going to let you guess it. So go ahead. We're now looking for the next 3 o'clock candle. So let me go ahead in here. I'll move the market over. Should be right about, let's see, right about there. So there's our, there's our, let me pull this back here. 1 o'clock, and there we go. There's our 3 o'clock candle right there. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to do this strategy one more time here. We now have our candle right there. Let's go ahead, let's set our strategy. Once again, we're setting it 10 pips above. Let's go ahead here. So we're at 14. We set it 10 pips above. Let me type that out again. Plus 10 pips above is once again our market, our entry buy. Now, we're going to set our entry sell 5 pips below. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's going to be our minus 5 pips. Below is our entry sell. And once again, these are only pending orders. You're not actually into these positions until the market crosses over. So let's see what happens here. Bam. We are now in the market right there. We are now in a market sell position. So we are now in this market right there. Once again, First order of business is to cancel out the previous order. Cancel out the previous order. We come back in here, and we are going to set our stop, once again, 5 pips above the high. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pips above. We set our stop. Let me go ahead in here. There we go. So let me go ahead, plus 5 pips. 5 pips above, plus 5 pips above equals our stop. And we are going to set our limit 50 pips below. So we're now looking at, let's see, 98 and 48 right there. This is going to be our limit, and it equals 50 pips. So once again, we're not trying to go after the full daily trading range. We're just simply trying to hit singles here. We're just trying to hit singles and collect 50 pips as we're going along. Once again, 50 pips per currency pair. You can trade 6 currency pairs with this strategy. So what's what happens here? 1, 2, 3, 4, bam. We actually get stopped out right there. So on that trade right there, let me pull up my box information tool. And if we entered when we crossed over, we just lost about 26 pips. So minus 26 pips equals we just lost minus $260 off that trade right there. Now, we've placed 2 trades so far. We have about 50% success rate. We've lost 1. We've won 1. We're still very profitable utilizing the strategy. So what I'm going to do right now, let's see who's been paying attention. I'm going to come in here. We're going to move this to the next candle. And I'm going to have you tell me what to do. Let's see who's been paying attention. Let's move this forward. And let's see here. Where are we? And right there. So there's our candle right there. So we are now going to set, where do we set our entry buy? How many pips above? Type in the chat box, how many pips above do we set our entry buy? Yeah, we set our entry buy 10 pips above. Philip got that, Tom got that, so we go in here. Let's see here, 18. Let's see, right about, so there's our entry buy. And then how many pips below do we set our entry sell? Yeah, Margaret got that right. Yeah, we're going to set it 5 pips below. So Paul, Tom got that right. So 73. And we set this at 68 right there. So this is our plus 10 pips above. That is our entry buy. There's our entry buy, 10 pips below. I'm sorry, minus 5 pips below. That is our entry sell. And once again, I apologize for rushing through this, but once again, I have about an hour's worth of time trying to get through this. And once again, you'll learn this in detail when you join our trading club. So let's go ahead and see what happens here. Bam. We are now in that position. So what is the first order of business right now? What is the first thing we're going to do once we enter into this market? Because we are now in a market sell position right here. So let me go ahead. Market sell. Yeah, the first order of business is we go back, we cancel the opposite order. Yeah, Jenna got that right, Philip did, Chris did. Yeah, so we go ahead, we delete that like that. So we cancel the opposite order, number 1. Number 2, in fact, Tom got this right, you set our stop. So we're going to come in here, we're going to set our stop 5 pips above. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is going to be our stop right there, plus 5 pips above equals the stop. And where do we set our limit? How many pips do we set our limit at? Yeah, we're set our limit at 50 pips. So let's see, we need to set this at 23 right there. This is going to be our limit equals 50 pips. Yeah, Jenna got that right. Michael did. Tom, Philip, great. I appreciate that. So there we go. Bam. So let's see what this market does now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 hours later, market rallies, pulls back, fulfills our limit. We just captured another 50 pips. So now, we've placed 3 trades over the course of 3 days. We've won 2, we've lost 1. So we have, what, about a 66% rate the success with this strategy right now. So what I'm going to do, let me quickly clean this up here, and we'll go ahead. I'm going to show you one or two more quick examples here, show you how you can get enrolled in our trading club, find out how you can do this from our live analyst. Let me go ahead and bring this up here to the next candle. Let's see here. Oops, let me pull that back. And right there, there's our 2 o'clock. Let me back up the market here. And right there, so there we go. So now, once again, let me ask you how we do this. How many pips above do we set the entry buy? Go ahead, type into the chat box. Let me see who's got this. Yeah, we set it 10 pips above. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right there. Once again, plus 10 pips. That equals our entry buy. And then how many pips below do we set our entry sell? Yeah, so the reason I'm asking this is because if you can understand how to do this, if you can understand how to do this so far, so Tom, Michael, Philip, Gerald, great. So if you understand how to do this so far, then pretty much you know how to do it. So let's see, we were at 93, set this at 88. So here we go, minus 5 pips below, that is our entry sell. And once again, this is simply entry buy, entry sell. These are pending orders. We have to wait for the market to trigger one of these. Bam. Triggers it right there. We are now into a market sell position. Now, first order of business, what do? Once we're in a market sell, yeah, we cancel the buy order. Tom said I got that right. Michael did. So yeah, we come in here, we delete that. And second order of business, we place the stop how many pips above? Yeah, we set our stop 5 pips above. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me change the color of that for you. Once again, I apologize for rushing through this. I only have a couple more minutes to go. So see here, stop equals 5 pips above. Right there, 5 pips above. And how many pips do we set our limit at? Go ahead, type in the chat box where do we set our limit. Yeah, Michael got that right. Yeah, we're set our limit 50 pips. So let's see here, 43. Right about there. So limit equals 50 pips. Okay, we're in the market sell position. Let's see what the market does here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 hours later, another 50 pips of profit. So now we've done 4 days of trading. We've been 75% successful utilizing this strategy here. So I'm going to go ahead. I got about enough time to show you one more quick one here. Let me go ahead in here. But how many of you are liking this strategy? How many of you feel that if a live instructor would teach you, take you by the hand, show you how to do this, is something that's easy enough that you can do? Yeah, Philip says loves it. Gerald says loves it. So yeah, let's go ahead. Let's bring this now. And let me see, where are we at? Let's see, 1, advance the market, 2, 3, right there. So right there, there's our 3 o'clock candle. Let's go ahead in here. And once again, here's our 3 o'clock candle. What are we going to do right there? Where do we set our entry buy? How many pips above? Yeah, we set our entry buy 10 pips above. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 10 pips above equals entry buy. Now I keep asking you here in the room here if you can get it, because once again, if you can guess which one you're doing this, then yeah, you can do this. So, and then 5 pips below, we set our entry sell. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There is our entry sell. And let me go ahead, equals 5 pips below. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's see what the market's going to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, bam. We are now in an entry buy position here. So here's something a little bit different here. In fact, actually, Dan, I'll bring up that. Dan's asking a question right here. I'm actually going to answer your question right now, Dan. So we are now in a market buy position. So we're now in a market buy. First order of business is the same. We cancel the previous order, so we cancel this one right here. We cancel that. Now, here's a little bit different here. In fact, Dan is asking why 10 above and 5 below versus the same on both sides. So that's because these are bid charts here. We have to cover the spread here. So with a market buy, we're doing something a little bit different here. Because we don't have to cover the spread, we are actually going to set our stop at the close of that candlestick right there. So that's a little bit different. And once again, I'm giving you the Cliff Notes version of this. When you go through our trade club, we're going to teach you this in detail. So in this case here, when you're buying, our stop equals the low. Stop is at the low right there. There's our stop right there. Now, we're going to set our limit how many pips above? Yeah, 50 pips above. So right there's our close. So set this at 37, right about there. Let me just double check. So 87, yeah, 37. So right about there. Limit, once again, no different when we're buying into the market. Limit equals 50 pips. So let's see what the market does here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 candles later, 4 hours later, we just captured another 50 pips. Now, how many of you can see yourself doing this? How many of you feel this is something that's easy enough that you could do, not just on one currency pair, but once again, it can be done on 6 different currency pairs? Yeah, Gerald says yes. Alvin says yes, absolutely. So here's what I'm going to do here. And it says here, see, should you place all trades on the British pound? Yeah, these are all done on the British pound. In fact, I'm going to go ahead. I'll pull the currency pair pairs back up here in just a moment. But what I want to do is let me quickly come in here. Let me add this up here. What was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days of trading, utilizing this London breakout strategy. 500 minus 260 plus 500 plus 500 plus 500. So Brian's asking, well, why only 50 pips? It's because we're simply just going in here. We're simply coming in here and just trying to capture 50 pips per currency pair. Nice little singles here, and we'll teach you. We'll teach you how to go on to larger ones when you get up there. So that was what, about, in fact, let me pull up that once again, 174 pips. So 174 pips equals $1,740 of profit in 5 days. How would this help you in your situation? Do you think you'd be a little bit more successful using a breakout strategy like this? Yeah, Brian says yes, Madeline says yes, because once again, unfortunately what I showed you here, I have about 45 minutes to show you an hour's worth of material here. But like I said, when you join our trading club, we're going to show you how to go after about 200 to 400 pips per month. We'll teach you how to predict these breakouts, once again, off of 6 different currency pairs here, these 6 different British pound currency pairs here. Now, those of you that are ready to enroll in our program here, this is just the beginning. Imagine having a trainer teach you how to do this in live webinars that has results like this. Our trainer here, the analyst is going to be teaching you how to do this, Joshua Martinez. He has days like this. Right here, this is one here, $9,861 here. Place trades right there. Now, here's a couple of students here. Thomas here says he made $4,500 in his first week. Anthony S. here says here he makes, on average, about 3,000 pips per month. These are some of our students here. Peter Cook, he was just in our office here about a couple of weeks ago. Very successful. Says right here, did Josh's British pound Australian dollar, took it to the limit, just as Josh said here. He's good for 80 pips on that here. FX Caddy here. So he struggled for several months, but his rep got him focused. He's made 575 pips in the last 2 weeks here. So student results here, FX MVP. 144 pips in the last 24 hours, 96 pips this morning low. So if you can see yourself being a trader like this, we can teach you how to do this. Once again, Joshua Martinez, the analyst who will be teaching you how to do this. Many of you may have heard of him before. $8,800 in 1 day. He's going to be leading you. He's going to be guiding you through these trading events here, just like what I showed you here today. So if you like what I showed you here today, he's going to take you by the hand. He's going to show you how to do this. Now, those of you that want to enroll in this here, our live market, online Forex sessions per month with Joshua Martinez, it is a $2,000 value. Twice a month, live market online sessions, you'll learn directly from Joshua. He's going to teach you how to do this. Learn from his mistakes, and he's also going to be able to chat live with him and pick his brain here. Now, each and every week, he's also going to send out a market preview. So you're going to gain exclusive access to the market via Joshua's analysis here. He's going to do weekly impossible scenarios to take advantage of this market here. He's going to send out an email reminder reminding you each week that's going to contain this video. Now, there's also going to be recorded replays on an ongoing basis of Joshua's sessions here. So each of these sessions will be recorded. So even if you can't attend live, 24 to 40 hours within after that, you'll be able to go back and watch these sessions here. Now, 4 special bonuses. For those that want to enroll in our Trading Club program, you're going to get 30 days of free Market Traders Institute's Analysts on Demand. So 30 days you'll be able to log in, speak live with a professional analyst. Bonus number 2, Introduction to Currency Trading, 4 Forex lessons by Market Traders Institute. You also receive a profit plan, a consultation call, $595 value, and you're also going to receive the 10 Keys of Forex Success Trading ebook. That is a $20 value. So those of you that are interested in enrolling in this live market Forex mentorship and empowerment program, typically this has a value of about $5,403. However, because we're able to break this down into a trading club, the normal price is $297 per month. But for those of you that are attending the Inspiration webinar here today, we have something special for you here. So everyone that's in the webinar here today, you're not going to be paying that $297, because here's what we're going to do here for today. For those of you that say you are ready, you want to learn how to do this, for your first 30 days, you'll be able to sign in, join our trading club for only $27. This is our new customer introductory offer. For those of you attending the Investor Inspiration webinar here today, all you need to do is simply go ahead. I'm going to send out a link right now so you can log into the website, and you can log in for your first 30 days. It's only going to be $27. The other benefit of this is you're not going to be paying $297 per month for this trading club. By enrolling in this program, you'll be able to go ahead for $147 a month after. So we're not only going to get you into this program for $27 for the first 30 days. Get in, try it out. It's only going to be $147 thereafter. We're going to give you that discount here today. So those of you that are ready, I'm going to go ahead. We're going to send out the link to you right now so you can get enrolled in this. I'm going to go ahead, send this out to you. So let me go ahead and send that out right now. And I'm about to run out of time here. I only got about 2 more minutes here. So bam. So if you're ready to get started into this, I just sent out the link to everybody. Let me go ahead and let me pull up. Let me show you what's going to be on this link. You'll see on this link, it's a recap of everything you receive for this Trading Club membership. Right here, you'll get the 2 live market sessions, the Forex market preview, and so on. Everything I showed you here today. Simply click on the link right here, $27 for the first 30 days. I think everyone will agree. It's worth it for $27 to log in, find out about our trading program. In fact, not only that, we also offer a $30-day money-back guarantee. So once again, for $27, you get to sign up for our trading club, and for any reason, you have a 30-day money-back satisfaction guarantee. So we're going to go ahead, sending out that link to everyone here in the room. Go ahead, log in. If everyone could please be so kind, I have about another minute here. Let me know if you are ready, if you are going to go ahead and do that. Type in a me, type in a yes. Let me know that you're going to go ahead so I can go ahead and let Josh know that he can be expecting you. Great. Brian says me. Daniel says me. John says me. Absolutely, yeah. David says, yeah, for $27, why not? Absolutely, yeah. So for $27, backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, once again, you're going to learn from Joshua Martinez. $27, learn from a live analyst how to do this. So once again, backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. Click on the link, go onto the website, log in, take advantage of this. If anything, take 30 days, go through this. For $27, I think everyone will agree it is worth it. So I'm about to bring this presentation to a close. I see Chris is ready. Fire says yes. Paul does. I saw Jerry typed in there. Victor, John, yeah. So go ahead onto the link. I'll let Joshua know to be expecting you. So I appreciate Investor Inspiration for having us on here today, and for everyone that's attended. Once again, I apologize. Once again, if you've seen what you liked here, this is just the tip of the iceberg. 45 minutes is just a Cliff Notes version. Imagine what you'll get when you go through the complete instructor education by Joshua Martinez.